You've prayed about it. You've asked God to take it. You've said the words 100 times. I trust you, Lord. I give it to you. It's in your hands. But if you're honest, deeply, painfully honest, you haven't let go. Your hands are still wrapped around it so tightly your knuckles ache. Your jaw is clenched even as you say the word surrender. Your mind is still running the same loop it's been running for weeks, for months, maybe for years. The same conversation, the same fear, the same desperate calculation of how to make everything turn out okay. You pray, and then you pick it right back up. You say amen, and then you start managing again. Controlling variables you were never designed to control, fixing people you were never called to fix, securing a future that was never placed in your hands to begin with. And you are exhausted, not just tired, not just worn out from a long day, exhausted in a way that lives deeper than sleep can reach. The kind of tired that sits in your bones and follows you into the morning. The kind of tired that prayer, at least the way you've been praying, hasn't been able to touch. Because here's what no one told you about the Christian life. You can say all the right words and still be gripping. You can declare your trust in God while your nervous system is screaming that everything depends on you. You can recite verses about peace while your thoughts are racing faster than you can catch them. This is not failure. This is being human. This is what happens when you've been carrying something so long, you've forgotten what it feels like to put it down. You didn't end up here by accident tonight. You're here because the gripping isn't working anymore. The control, the overthinking, the endless managing, it's not just exhausting you, it's breaking something inside you, something tender, something that was never built to bear the weight you've been placing on it. And somewhere deep down, beneath all the noise and the worry and the rehearsed prayers, you know the truth. You were never meant to carry this. God never asked you to be the one holding the universe together. He never asked you to solve every problem, fix every relationship, secure every outcome, and somehow manufacture peace while you were doing it. That was never your job. It was always His. And He's been waiting, patiently, tenderly, persistently, for you to hand it back. There is a word for what God is inviting you into right now. It's the word you've been avoiding. It's the word that feels like falling backward into the dark. It's the word that your pride resists, and your fear fights against, and your need for control screams is dangerous. Surrender. Now, before you tense up at that word, let me tell you what surrender is not. Surrender is not giving up. It is not resigning yourself to defeat. It is not waving a white flag and admitting that life has beaten you. Surrender is not weakness, at least not the kind of weakness the world means. Surrender, in the way Jesus invites it, is the act of opening your hands. Hands that have been clenched so long they've forgotten how to open, and releasing what you were never designed to carry into the care of the only one who can actually hold it. Surrender is not saying, I give up on life. Surrender is saying, I give up on control, because control was always an illusion, and trying to maintain it has been crushing me. Surrender is not passivity. It is not sitting back and doing nothing. Surrender is the most active, intentional, courageous thing you can do, because it requires you to trust someone other than yourself. And trust, real trust, is always a risk. Surrender is you, at the end of your own strength, looking at the pile of burdens you've been dragging behind you, the fears, the outcomes, the relationships, the unknowns, and finally saying, God, these were never mine to carry. I'm giving them back. Before we pray, let me read something over you, words that Jesus Himself spoke, not to the spiritually impressive, not to the put together, not to the ones who had it all figured out. He spoke these words to people just like you, people crushed under the weight of lives they couldn't control, people carrying burdens that were never meant for their shoulders, people who had forgotten, or maybe never learned, what rest actually feels like. These are not ancient words for ancient people. These are living promises, breathed by the breath of God, kept across thousands of years for this exact moment. And they are for you, right now, right here, in the middle of whatever you're gripping so tightly your hands hurt. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Stop there. Sit with those words for a moment. Let them land. Come to me. Not clean yourself up first, not get your theology straight, not figure out the answer, solve the problem, fix the broken thing, and then, when you're presentable, come to me. Come, as you are, right now, with the mess, with the doubt, with the fear you're not even sure God can handle, with the anger you don't know what to do with the questions you've been afraid to voice out loud. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. Notice who he's speaking to, not the strong, not the faithful, not the ones who have it all together. He is speaking to the weary, the ones whose shoulders ache from carrying what was never theirs to hold, the burdened, the ones who wake up already heavy before the day has even started. Jesus looks at the exhausted. He looks at the ones running on empty. He looks at the ones who have been gripping so long they don't even remember what it feels like to have open hands. And he doesn't say, try harder. He doesn't say, pray more. He doesn't say, if you had more faith, you wouldn't feel this way. He says, come. And then he makes a promise so simple, so radical, so counter to everything you've been doing. I will give you rest. Not, I will give you a list of things to do. Not, I will give you a strategy for managing your anxiety. Not, I will give you 5 steps to a more peaceful life. Rest, the thing you've been chasing, the thing you've been praying for, the thing that feels impossible when your mind won't stop and your heart won't settle and your hands won't open. Jesus says, I will give it to you. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Now, this is important. A yoke is what ancient farmers placed across the shoulders of oxen. 2 oxen, side by side, sharing a load that neither could carry alone. The yoke didn't remove the burden, but it distributed the weight in a way that made it bearable. Jesus is not promising to remove every difficulty from your life. He is not saying that all your problems will disappear the moment you pray this prayer. He is not offering an escape from the hard things. He is offering something deeper. He is offering to get under the weight with you. The thing you've been carrying alone, the worry, the fear, the uncertainty, the crushing responsibility. He is stepping beside you and saying, let me carry this with you. Let me take the heavier side. Let me bear what you were never built to bear, for I am gentle and humble in heart. This is not a drill sergeant God. This is not a deity watching from a distance, demanding you perform, waiting for you to fail. This is Jesus, gentle, humble, kind, looking at your exhaustion and responding not with judgment, but with compassion. And you will find rest for your souls. Not just rest for your body, though your body needs it. Rest for your soul. Rest for the deepest part of you, the part that's been running on fumes, the part that's been screaming for relief while you kept pretending everything was fine. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Compare that to what you're carrying right now. The yoke of control, crushing. The yoke of worry, exhausting. The yoke of trying to manage every outcome, impossible. The yoke of pretending you have it all together, unsustainable. Jesus offers an exchange. Your heavy burden for his light one. Your crushing yoke for his easy one. Your sleepless nights for his soul-deep rest. This is not a demand. This is not a command. This is an invitation, and the only honest response. The only response that makes any sense when you've been gripping so hard your hands hurt is surrender. So let's do that. Let's stop talking about surrender. Let's stop thinking about it. Let's actually do it. Together, right now, in this moment. Before we pray, let me pause and speak directly to you. I know surrender feels like falling. I know it feels like losing control. And control is the one thing you've been clinging to when everything else felt uncertain. I know there's a voice in your head right now saying, if I let go, everything will fall apart. That voice is not from God. That voice is fear, and fear has been driving your life long enough. God is not asking you to surrender to chaos. He is asking you to surrender to Him, to His goodness, His faithfulness, His track record of holding together everything you've ever placed in His hands. He has never dropped anything you've entrusted to Him, not once, not ever, and He's not about to start now. So take one slow breath. Let your body loosen into the surface beneath you. Feel the tension in your shoulders start to release, even just a little. Let your jaw unclench, unfurrow your brow. Let your hands open. Physically, right now, open your palms. You don't need to hold on so tightly anymore. The God who holds the stars in place, He can hold this. The God who calmed the storm with a word, He can handle what's raging inside you. The God who conquered death itself, He is not intimidated by your situation, not by the diagnosis, not by the broken relationship, not by the financial pressure, not by the thing you're too afraid to name out loud. So let's do this together. Father, I come to you not with polished words or impressive faith. I come to you with raw honesty, because pretending isn't working anymore. I have said I trust you. I have told myself I've surrendered. I have declared with my mouth that you are in control, that you are faithful, that you are working all things together for my good. But my clenched fists tell the truth. The racing thoughts at 2 a.m. tell the truth. The way I keep rehearsing conversations I can't change tells the truth. The way I keep trying to manage outcomes I cannot control tells the truth. The way my body stays tense, even when I'm supposed to be resting, tells the truth. I have been carrying what you never asked me to carry. I have been gripping the future like it belongs to me, as if my worry could somehow shape it, as if my anxiety could somehow secure it, as if my endless mental calculations could somehow guarantee that everything turns out the way I want it to. I have been holding on to relationships as if my grip could keep them from breaking. I have been trying to fix people who aren't ready to be fixed. I have been managing perceptions and controlling narratives and exhausting myself trying to hold together things that were never mine to hold. I have been trying to solve problems that only you can solve. I have been trying to answer questions that only you can answer. I have been trying to secure a tomorrow that only you can see. And Father, I'm so tired. I'm tired of the mental rehearsing. The same conversation, played and replayed, as if thinking about it one more time will change what happened or what might happen. I'm tired of the endless calculating, the mental spreadsheets, the contingency plans, the backup plans to the backup plans, as if I could prepare for every possibility, as if I could outthink uncertainty, as if I could control what only you can control. I'm tired of lying awake, body exhausted, mind racing, trying to figure out what I could have done differently, what I should have said, what I need to do next to make everything okay. I'm tired of the weight in my chest that never fully lifts, the low hum of anxiety that runs beneath everything, the sense that I am one mistake away from everything falling apart, and that somehow it all depends on me. This is not the life you called me to. You did not create me to operate in constant survival mode, gripping, managing, controlling, exhausting myself trying to be you in my own life. You did not breathe your breath into my lungs so I could spend my days crushed under burdens that were never meant for my shoulders. You created me to abide, to trust, to rest, to walk in the easy yoke and the light burden that Jesus promised. To live as a child, not an orphan who has to fend for themselves, but a beloved child who knows their Father is holding everything secure. And I want that. God, I want that. I want the rest gripping. You promised. I want the peace that surpasses understanding. I want to wake up in the morning without the weight already pressing on my chest before my feet even hit the floor. But I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to stop gripping. I don't know how to let go when letting go feels like giving up, and giving up feels like failure, and failure feels like the one thing I cannot afford. So I'm not coming to you because I'm strong enough to surrender. I'm coming to you because I'm too tired not to. I'm coming because the gripping isn't working anymore. I'm coming because control was always an illusion, and I'm finally too exhausted to keep pretending otherwise. I'm coming because somewhere beneath all my fear and all my pride and all my desperate need to manage everything, there is a flicker of hope, a hope that you really are who you say you are, a hope that your yoke really is easy and your burden really is light, a hope that surrender isn't the end of me, it's the beginning of something I've been missing for far too long. So here I am, exhausted, heavy, done pretending, done performing, done carrying what I was never built to carry. Here I am, Father, ready, or at least willing, to learn what surrender actually feels like. Before we continue, I want to pause for just a moment. If this prayer is meeting you where you are, if you feel the weight beginning to shift, even just a little, can I invite you to subscribe to this channel? This is a space for the weary and the burdened, for the ones who are done pretending they can carry it all alone, for the ones who are ready to learn what it actually looks like to open their hands and let God be God. We release new prayers every week, prayers written for specific moments, specific emotions, specific struggles, just like the one you're facing right now. So if that sounds like something you need, hit subscribe. You don't have to walk this road alone. Gentle, not salesy, an invitation, not a pitch. So right now, Father, I do the thing I've been afraid to do. I open my hands. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, I physically open them. And in doing so, I release what I've been gripping. I release the outcome I've been trying to force. The thing I've been trying to make happen. The timeline I've been pushing. The door I've been pounding on. The breakthrough I've been demanding on my terms. I release it. It belongs to you now, and you will handle it in your way and in your time. And your way and your time are better than mine. I release the conversation I keep replaying. The words that were said, the words that weren't said, the thing I wish I could take back, the thing I wish I had spoken. Replaying it will not change it. Rehearsing it will not undo it, so I release the past into your hands, the hands that redeem, the hands that restore, the hands that make all things new. I release the decision I'm afraid I got wrong, the fork in the road I keep second-guessing, the what if that haunts me at 2 in the morning. If I made the wrong choice, you are big enough to redirect me. If I walked through the wrong door, you are gracious enough to lead me back. I release the weight of needing to know right now whether I got it right. I release the relationship I'm trying to hold together with my own strength. The friendship, the marriage, the family bond that feels like it's fraying. I have been gripping it so tightly, trying to manage the other person, trying to control the outcome, trying to make them see, make them change, make them stay. But people are not mine to control. Relationships are not mine to force. So I place this in your hands, and I trust you with whatever happens next. I release the child I'm worried about, the one I lose sleep over, the one making choices that break my heart, the one I can't protect from every danger and every mistake and every hard lesson. They were never fully mine to begin with. They were always yours. I release them back to you, not because I don't care, but because I trust that you love them even more than I do. I release the parent who's aging, the one I'm watching slowly slip away, the one I don't know how to help, the grief that's already starting before the loss has even come. I release the fear, the helplessness, the weight of wanting to fix what cannot be fixed. I trust you with their final chapters, just as I trust you with mine. I release the diagnosis I'm waiting on, the test results, but the unknown, the fear of what the doctor might say. My body belongs to you, my days belong to you. Whatever comes, you will walk through it with me. I release the outcome I cannot control. I release the financial pressure that wakes me up at night, the bills, the debt, the uncertainty about how I'm going to make it. You are Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. You have never failed to feed the birds or clothe the flowers, and you will not fail me. I release my panic over provision into the hands of the provider. I release the prayer that still feels unanswered, the thing I've been asking for years, maybe for decades, that still hasn't come, the healing that hasn't manifested, the breakthrough that hasn't broken through, the promise that feels delayed. I release my timeline. I release my demand to understand. I release my frustration with your silence. You are working, even when I can't see it. You are moving, even when I can't feel it. And I choose to trust you with the waiting. I release the future I can't see, the next 5 years, the next 5 months, the next 5 days. I don't know what's coming. I don't know if it will be easy or hard, joyful or painful, everything I hoped for or nothing like I imagined, but you are already there. You are already in every tomorrow I'm afraid of, and you are good, so I can release my need to know what only you know. I release my need to understand everything. I release my demand for answers right now. I release the false belief that if I just think about it enough, if I just worry about it enough, if I just try to control it enough, somehow I can make everything turn out okay. That was never my job. It was always yours. And here is what I'm choosing to believe right now. Even if my emotions haven't caught up yet, even if the doubt is still loud, even if the fear hasn't fully quieted, you are good. You are kind. You are for me, not against me. You are working all things together for my good. Even the things I don't understand, even the things I wouldn't have chosen, even the things that feel like they're breaking me. You have never abandoned me. You have never dropped what I placed in your hands. And whatever I release to you right now, you will handle far better than I ever could. Jesus, you said your yoke is easy and your burden is light, and I'm taking you at your word. I'm stepping out from under the crushing weight of control, the weight you never asked me to carry, the weight I was never designed to bear, and I'm stepping into the rest you promised, the rest that is not earned by perfect faith or flawless surrender, the rest that is simply received by the weary, by the burdened, by the ones who have finally stopped pretending they can do this on their own. I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know how this situation resolves. I don't know if the miracle comes the way I'm asking, or if you have something different, something better in mind. But I know this: you are God, and I am not. And that is enough. That has always been enough. I just forgot. I forgot that the universe does not rest on my shoulders. I forgot that I am the creature, not the creator. I forgot that the one who spoke galaxies into existence can handle the details of my small, anxious, ordinary life. So I surrender, not in defeat, but in trust, not in despair, but in hope, not because I have to, but because I finally, deeply, desperately want to. I surrender the grip. I surrender the control. I surrender the worry, the fear, the managing, the performing, the pretending. I place it all in your hands. And my hands, for the first time in a long, long time, are open. Father, my hands are open now. And into these open hands, I receive what I could not manufacture on my own, what all my gripping and controlling and managing could never produce. I receive your peace, not the world's peace, temporary, fragile, dependent on circumstances. Your peace, the peace that surpasses understanding, the peace that doesn't make sense on paper, the peace that remains steady when everything around me is shaking. I don't have to understand it. I don't have to earn it. I simply receive it, because you promised it to me, and you do not break your promises. Let your peace settle over my mind. Let it quiet the racing thoughts. Let it silence the endless replays, the what-ifs, the worst-case scenarios. Let it be louder than the voice of fear that has been driving me for far too long. I receive your rest, not just rest for my body, though my body desperately needs it, rest for my soul, rest for the deepest, most exhausted part of me, the part that has been running on empty for months, for years, telling myself I could push through, I could manage, I could hold it together just a little longer. I receive permission to stop performing, permission to stop managing, permission to stop trying to be strong enough, good enough, faithful enough to handle what only you can handle. You are not anxious about my situation. You are not panicking. You are not scrambling for a solution. You are seated, sovereign, calm, fully in control. The throne is not empty. The one on it is not overwhelmed, so I can rest. If you are not worried, I don't need to be either. Teach my nervous system what it has forgotten, that it is actually, truly, genuinely safe in you, that I don't have to live in fight or flight mode, that I can exhale, that I can soften, that I can receive the rest you've been offering all along. I receive your strength, not my own fragile, exhausted resolve, not the strength that comes from white-knuckling my way through another day. Your strength, the strength that is made perfect in my weakness, the strength that flows into the places where I have finally, honestly admitted I have nothing left. I receive the strength of a child who trusts their father, the strength of someone who has stopped trying to carry the world on their shoulders, because they finally believe, truly believe, that someone bigger is holding it. I receive your perspective. Help me see my situation through your eyes, even just a glimpse. What feels overwhelming to me is not overwhelming to you. What feels impossible to me is not impossible to you. What I cannot untangle, you can. What I cannot fix, you already have a plan for. What I cannot see, you see fully and completely. Give me the gift of perspective, the gift of stepping back and remembering how big you are, the gift of looking at my problems next to your power and realizing they don't compare. They never did. And Father, I receive your love, not the love I have to earn, not the love that depends on my performance, my faith, my ability to surrender perfectly. Your love, unconditional, unchanging, unshakable. The love that was mine before I ever prayed this prayer. The love that will still be mine when I forget everything I've prayed tonight and start gripping again tomorrow. Let me feel it. Not just know it in my head, but feel it in the places that have been so dry, so weary, so starved for tenderness. Let your love retrain my heart. Let your presence teach my soul that it is safe, truly, deeply, eternally safe, in you. I receive all of this, not because I deserve it, not because I've earned it, not because my surrender was perfect. I receive it because you are a good Father who loves to give good gifts to your children. And I am your child, weary, messy, imperfect, but yours. And Father, now I ask for something specific. I ask for the grace to stay surrendered, because I know myself, I know my patterns, I know that tomorrow, maybe even tonight, I'll be tempted to pick it all back up again. The worry will creep back in, the fear will whisper its familiar lies. The urge to control, to manage, to grip will rise up like it never left. I've done this before. I've laid things at your feet and walked away, only to come back hours later and pick them up again. I've said, I surrender with my mouth, while my hands stayed clenched behind my back. So I'm asking for help, because I cannot do this on my own, not even the staying surrendered part. When I reach for what I've placed in your hands, gently remind me where it belongs. Don't let me take it back without realizing what I'm doing. Send a whisper to my soul, you already surrendered this. It's still in my hands, leave it there. When the worry rises, and it will, remind me that worry has never solved a single problem, never changed a single outcome, never added a single hour to my life. Remind me that worry is just prayer, aimed in the wrong direction, and invite me to turn it back toward you. When the fear of the unknown grips me, and it will, remind me that you are already in every tomorrow I'm afraid of. Remind me that nothing will happen to me that hasn't first passed through your hands. Remind me that you are good, and your plans for me are good, even when I can't see how. When I catch myself managing outcomes again, and I will, gently stop me. Remind me that I am not the manager of the universe. Remind me that I am a sheep, not the shepherd. Remind me that the burden of outcomes was never mine to carry. And when I fail, because I will fail at this, I will grip again, I will worry again, I will try to control again. Remind me that failure doesn't disqualify me from your love. Remind me that you are patient with me. Remind me that surrender is not a one-time achievement, but a daily returning. And every time I come back to this place, you are here, waiting, arms open, ready to receive me again. This is not a one-time prayer. This is the beginning of a new rhythm. Wake up, open hands. God, I surrender this day to you. Midday, when the worry rises, open hands. God, I surrender this situation to you. Night, when the thoughts race, open hands. God, I surrender my sleep to you. 1,000 small surrenders, 1,000 moments of choosing trust over control. Open hands over clenched fists, peace over panic. Not because it comes naturally, but because you are worth trusting. And because the alternative, the gripping, the managing, the exhausting attempt to be God in my own life, is not working, has never worked, and will never work. So I choose a different way, your way, the way of the easy yoke and the light burden, the way of the open hand and the trusting heart, the way of the child who rests in their Father's care. Teach me this way, Father, not just tonight, but every day, every hour, every moment I'm tempted to close my hands again. I am yours. My burdens are yours. My future is yours. My life is yours. And that is the safest place I could ever be. As you carry this prayer into your day or into your night, I want you to remember something. Surrender is not a one-time decision. It is not a box you check and move on from. It is a daily returning, 1,000 small moments of choosing to open your hands when everything in you wants to grip tighter. Every time the worry rises, come back to this place. Every time the fear whispers, come back to this place. Every time you catch yourself managing, controlling, trying to hold the universe together with your own strength, come back to this place. Open hands, open heart. A God who is big enough, kind enough, faithful enough to hold everything you release into His care. He did not bring you this far to abandon you now. The burden you just laid down, He's already holding it. He caught it before it even left your hands. And He will not drop it. He will not forget it. He will not mishandle it. The God who holds the stars is holding your situation. The God who parted the Red Sea is making a way. The God who raised Jesus from the dead is breathing resurrection life into the places you thought were dead. You can rest, you can breathe, you can stop gripping. You were never meant to carry this alone, and now you don't have to. Tonight I rest in God's peace. Sleep well.